he left me on scene, red, and we didn't talk. You seen the top of the video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you know my channel, hey girl, hey. If you're a returning subscriber, what? I don't gotta say nothing because you know what's up. I know what's up. We know what's up, and that's on what? That's on period. And Mary Had a Little Lamb. As y'all can see by the title and the thumbnail, today I'm giving y'all the tea on how I found out I was dating an alcoholic, y'all. And now that I'm saying this story out loud, the signs were very telltale. Like, they were right at my face. They were in all caps, y'all, but I missed all of them. But let's go ahead and get into it. So y'all already know, in order for any of my story times to make sense, I have to give y'all a little backstory. So this happened a few years ago, and at the time, I used to go out in downtown Houston like all the time. And this is like outside of like dating apps, I would meet a lot of people downtown. I was leaving this pizzeria spot with my homegirl, and I had bumped into this man. We're gonna call him AA, because that's where he needed to go, okay? He needed all of the meetings, y'all. So I bumped into AA and I apologized. And once I apologized, he took that as a chance to like introduce himself and start talking to me. And he was a gentleman. He didn't come off aggressive at all. Like, I literally bumped into him and I'm like, oh my bad. And he's just like, you good? Like, you good? And then he asked me for my phone number, gave the man my phone number, and then instantly we start texting. And I don't know about y'all, but when I meet somebody and I'm interested in them, I want to live in their skin. Like, I want to be around them all the time, y'all. But I couldn't because I had a trip coming up. This was on a Thursday. It was like Wednesday or Thursday. And that Friday, or it was definitely Friday, because I don't fly out on weekends because the tickets are more expensive. But anyway, y'all, oops, my bad. I done bumped y'all a few times. So that Friday, I had a flight to catch. Mind you, it was either Thursday or on a Wednesday when I bumped into him. I can't really recall. But I had that flight, and because I had that flight, I could not see AA, and AA was also like me. He was very like clingy, and the whole time I was in Antigua, he was texting me like, oh my gosh, I want to see you, I want to see you, I want to see you. He said it to the point where he was just like, I'll pick you up from the airport. And if someone picks you up from the airport, just know, like, I don't take that lightly. Like, I am intimidated of airports. I've been to the airport a lot. So if you pick somebody up from the airport, that's a love language right there. So he offered to pick me up from the airport. Mind you, the entire time I was in Antigua, we were texting, communication. Y'all know the bubbly, the cute stuff, the good morning text, the good nights, the how you slept, the how you eat, all the cutesy stuff. We were doing all of that cutesy stuff, y'all. So when I got back on Monday, this man came to pick me up from the airport. And then he dropped me off to my place, and he was just like, get dressed, like, let's go somewhere. This was planned. It wasn't spontaneous. Like, the day before I came back, he was like, when you get back, I want to see you, because that's how bad I want to see you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Keep in mind, at this time, we had already added each other on Instagram, and he would start making, I don't know why, every time I'm home alone, y'all, I feel like somebody is here. I don't like that. But anyway, anytime he would make little jokes, like anytime I would post something on social media during my trip, he would make little jokes and say things like, I'm coming on the next trip, blah, blah, blah. Like, just little jokes like, I wish I was there with you, just little cutesy stuff like that, y'all. But I would say it was a joke because like, he obviously didn't meet me yet. Like, he would comment on like old pictures from like years ago and be like, you see me, like, if you look closely, I'm right there in the corner and I'm at the beach. And I was like, I don't know, y'all, like 23 at the time. And he'll be commenting on stuff. Like, he would make little jokes about finding me sooner. So fast forward, he picks me up from the airport. He drops me off home. I take a bird bath shower, y'all. Come out and we go to Joey Uptown. And when we get to Joey, this was also my first time ever going to Joey. Joey, let me not tell y'all my spots because then they won't be my spots. But anyway, we get to Joey and soon as we get there, I order a cute little margarita and this man orders a double shot Hennessy. And at the time, y'all, that should have been a telltale. Oh, let me go back a little bit. When I met him, he was leaving the bar. Like, I was leaving a pizzeria downtown and he was leaving a bar. But in hindsight, it's just like the signs were there, but I didn't peep this at all, y'all. I bumped into the man. Back to the restaurant. We're at the restaurant. He orders like I said, the double shot of him, and I order a margarita. And he kept asking me, like, instead of getting a margarita, do I like wine? Like, what's my favorite type of wine? I tell him I'm more of a red wine, a medium dry, and he literally orders me a bottle of wine, y'all. He orders me not a cup, not a glass, but he orders me a bottle. And when it comes, he's probably thinking like, oh, this is impressive, but I'm a lightweight. Like I get drunk off like 2 to 3 shots, 2 drinks, and I'm out. Like, I'm a lightweight. So when he orders his wine, I'm just like, oh my gosh, you did not have to. He's like, it's okay if you don't finish it. You can take it home. I start drinking the wine or whatever, y'all, and we just having a good time. By the end, I don't want to say by the time the appetizers came to the table, the man already was on his second shot of Hennessy, y'all, double. So this is basically 4 shots. After we have dinner, we have a good time. I enjoyed myself. Leaving dinner, he's like, I want to take you somewhere before I take you home. I'm in bed and I'm editing this video, and I forgot to tell y'all the point of me even mentioning that he bought me the wine. The man took my wine to go. He was drinking my wine, y'all. Like, I had maybe a glass and a half, and he finished the bottle. Like, he took my wine home. Did you get it for me, or did you get it for you? And at the time, I lived in Humble, and he lived in, what's that area called? It's like Kirby. It's like 30 minutes away from me, y'all. So he ends up taking me to this bar. And the bar is located in Spring, which is like 25 minutes from me. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this, like y'all know these spots. But anyway, he takes me to this bar. And this bar was in a plaza. It was like a low down backyard bar. And immediately when we get in the bar, y'all, I could tell that he frequented this spot just by the way everybody was looking at me and the way everyone was looking at him. They was just like, he was, doing a little head nod to everybody. And when I sat down, I looked at him and I'm like, this your spot? And he was just like, yeah, this my favorite. This my favorite bartender right here. You already know what I want. And when he said my favorite bartender, that should have been another sign, because I understand having a favorite drink. Okay, we all got a favorite drink. Having a favorite bar, okay, but having a favorite bartender, oh baby, you been here too much. They need to have you on payroll. So when he says that, I'm just like, your favorite bartender? He's like, yeah, this is my man. Like, this is my favorite spot. Like, anytime I have a long day at work, this is where I go. Keep in mind, y'all, this man had a very flexible schedule, because he stated that he worked with his father, and they worked for like a private contractor. So they were basically, it's kind of like self-employed, y'all. So he could pretty much see me anytime. He had a very flexible schedule. So we at the bar, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I end up this is not something I do often, but every once in a while, this is why I just don't drink on dates. Do y'all hear that? God damn. But anyway, I don't drink on first dates because I'm very lightweight, but like I said, I had the wine, and then I ended up getting a drink because he takes me to a bar. Next thing you know, I'm a little bit past my limits, y'all. So I'm laughing. This man could have been saying that he put something in my drink, and I would have been because I'm gone, y'all. I don't want to say I'm gone. I'm just going to say I was very tipsy, y'all. So we at the bar, we having a good time. We talking, chatting it up. And it was like a perfect first date to me. And it's probably because I wasn't all the way conscious, y'all. Your girl had got there. So he takes me home. And that's another thing I do like about AA. AA was not the one to try anything. I also started to think that he had fruit in his cup, y'all, because this man didn't pull any moves. Like, the most we did was hold hands, and I probably initiated that on the first date. We didn't get a first kiss in until like the 3rd date. Fast forward, we're still talking. I'm going to like be around them all the time. I have a flexible schedule, y'all. I work for myself. I have a business, so I can pretty much move my schedule around. So we started FaceTiming all times of night. Like, literally, we would be on FaceTime for like 10, 12 hours, like literally until my phone died. Sometimes we would literally just be listening to each other breathe. They ain't talking about nothing. I'm like, he's like, I'm inhaling, he exhaling, like it would be that bad. Like, Y'all know those type of relationships. That's where we were at. And this had all happened within like 2 weeks. By the second week, we had one on our second date and we went to go see the movie The Menu. If you haven't seen it, go see that movie. Well, it's not in theaters anymore, y'all, because this was back in like 2022, but it's a really good movie. It's about like a chef that worked on this secluded island, and then he had like, I think like 12 or 15 guests, and he made like these extravagant 10 to 12 course meals, and the meals were basically like a whole experience. Y'all, that wasn't a problem. The movie date was real cute. The movie was good. When we got inside the movie, pulled out a damn flask. A flask. And I didn't do anything but giggle and laugh. I'm just like, okay, I've smuggled popcorn and chips and snacks in my purse in the movies before, but a damn flask. And he pulled it out so smooth, y'all. Like, we in the middle of the movie, all of a sudden I started smelling like Henny. I started smelling Henny on his breath. And I'm like, he's like, you want some? And it's a damn flask. And then throughout the movie, you have to see the movie for it to make sense, but they were cooking food. Like, the movie was about a chef. I don't want to ruin it for y'all, but during the movie, the man is just like, oh, this will go good with this will go good with this. Like, he's talking about different drinks, and I'm asking him, like, did you used to be a bartender or a mixologist? Because, like, how do you know what goes good with what? And he was just like, I know my drinks. Like, I just know what goes good with what. Like, garlic paired with this. Like, he was just like really into drinks. So even then, I didn't think much of it, but at the time, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, on our first date, we was drunk, and I know y'all thinking, like, how did we get home, y'all? He was a functioning alcoholic. That's how we made it home. Like, he was able to be over the limit and still, like, not been a corner. In hindsight, it was very telling, but at the time, I didn't see this as a red flag at all. I was just thinking, like, okay, he just wanted to smuggle something in. Like, he didn't want to pay for drinks. Now that I think about it, they don't even allow alcohol in movies, do they? We were at the AMC. That's not a thing at AMC. Fast forward, y'all. He would mention his birthday. Like, he was just like, I don't play about my birthday. My big 30th coming up. And y'all, let me tell you something. When a person says they do not play about their birthday, in fact, they do play about their birthday. Anytime we would talk, he would bring up his birthday and he would be like, I usually don't do much for my birthday. I'll go out of town, but I don't really do much. Like, I'll go to Miami, but this year I want to do something big for my birthday. Can you celebrate my birthday with me? Like, we should go to Mexico. Mind you, I'm in Texas, so Mexico is just a skip away. And I have been to Mexico plenty of times before. So I'm like, yeah, sure, we can go to Mexico. When do you want to go? So he starts saying, well, I can get off work this day, and I want to do this and this. He starts saying all of this, y'all. And to me, it's going into one ear and out the other just because you didn't send no funds. If you didn't send no funds, I'm not planning anything. I'm not doing no searching. I'm just not doing it, y'all. Fast forward, leading up to our third date, which I don't even want to call this a date. We had just went to brunch together. We had went to Chapman and Kirby, and at Chapman and Kirby, y'all, I ordered mimosas. We ordered like a flight of mimosas, and I recall getting mad at this man because the man was just like, we want mimosas, but hold the orange juice, like hold the OJ. And I'm like, I didn't even see him. Like, he ordered the mimosas, y'all, and when he brought the mimosas to the table, I was wondering why the mimosas were so crystal clear. It was just champagne, y'all. He was like, yeah, I told him to hold the OJs, and I'm just like, now I gotta order a side of orange juice because you told him to hold the OJ. Like, they had literally had the mimosa, y'all, filled up all the way to the rim. So I had to like drink it. I don't know, y'all. We had gotten into a little discourse over that. It wasn't really a big deal. We had a good time. Keep in mind, this man is still talking about his birthday. He's talking about his birthday. But like I said, y'all, he's not sending any funds. He's just saying that he was going to pay for everything for his big birthday trip. His birthday was coming up in like the next I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks. Keep in mind, y'all, I had only known him at this point for like 2 weeks. So I recall being on the phone with my homegirl, and I was just like, Neek, do you think it would be crazy if I insinuate that he should pay for my flight? And she was just like, Asia, you only known him for like 2 days. Like, I think it's crazy. Like, that's insanity for you to expect him to pay for your flight. And I said, girl, he keeps saying he gonna pay for everything. It's everything, like flight, hotel, and room, and excursions, everything. Or do you mean half of everything? Because if you mean half of everything, that's not really everything to me. And at this point, I should be compensated, y'all, because he wanted me to plan his birthday trip, because he was like, you travel a lot, you know how to book stuff. And this is before I was a travel host. Shameless plug, if y'all do not know, your girl is a travel host, so follow my business page right here. But this is before all of this, y'all. I didn't start my business until 2023. This happened in 2022. So I knew how to plan my own trips, but I had never planned anybody's big birthday trips for them or anything. So I'm just like, do you think that would be crazy? And she was like, yeah, that is crazy. And one thing about me, y'all, I do not bend over backwards for a man. Once you start bending over backwards for a man, he'll start playing limbo underneath that back. And no, ma'am, like, I don't even like leaning. So I'm like, girl, I'm not doing that. Cause she was like, oh, it's his birthday, you should pay for his stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying for his flight. I'm not paying for anything. Although it was his birthday. She was like, well, are you going to get him a birthday gift? And I'm just like, I was thinking about it, but I really don't know. Like, I'm planning the trip. Like, that's already compensation for the trip. You know what I mean? So me and her was just talking about that. And I recall one last time before we got into this argument, he brought his birthday up again. And y'all, it was just giving. Y'all know those people that's always talking about their birthday and they be like, oh, first day birthday out, it start out the country. Then it goes from, oh, we're not going to do it out the country. We going to do it in Miami. And then it goes from, oh, we're not going to do it in Miami no more. We going to do it in Chicago. And then before you know it, the birthday extravaganza end up being Del Frisco's down the road from their house. Like, I'm not about to plan all of this stuff and you didn't send no funds. So he mentioned his birthday again. And I was just like, send me the money for the flights and stuff. And he was like, all right, bet. Mind you, y'all, the man never sent the money. But keep in mind, I didn't mind if it happened or not, because it's not my birthday. Me and him end up getting into a argument, and it was a really pointless, like, it was like a stupid argument, y'all. It was about, I don't even recall what it was about. I just know it was something very mundane. Like, it was something really little. Like, I can't even recall what the argument was about. So we got into it, and at the time, it depends on the situation. I'm one of those type of people where if we get into an argument and I said what I had to say last and you did not respond, then I'm not responding, because at that point I'm talking to myself. So I was the last one to respond in his argument. He left me on scene, red, and we didn't talk. And we were still like watching each other's Instagram stories, and he was viewing my posts. He would like my posts and stuff. And you know, I would look on his page, but we were not talking. And another thing, I also had a roster. He was not the only person that I was talking to at this time. So he wasn't the only person that I was like really attentive to, but you know, I did like AA. So fast forward, a week or two had went by and his birthday it had passed his birthday, y'all. But like I said, I didn't know. Like, I did not know that his birthday passed by, because I didn't even know when his actual birthday was. Like, he would talk about his birthday plans a lot, but I didn't even know when his birthday was, and we weren't talking. So as far as I'm concerned, you dead to me, okay? So fast forward, I want to say maybe like 2 weeks end up going by, and I had posted a drink on my story, y'all. I was at a bar with my homegirl, and he swiped up on it. He was just like, oh, dang, you drinking without me. And I was just like, we're not talking. Like, we're not talking. Like, we're not talking. You didn't apologize. Like, we are not even talking. So he ends up swiping up. And then after that, I respond back to him. And I'm just like, well, like, we haven't been talking, so I didn't feel the need to invite you. Plus, I'm with my homegirl. So he ends up FaceTiming me, and we end up talking on the phone that same day. And it was kind of crazy, y'all, because a few days before that, he posted on his story. Like, he posted literally like 2 days on his story. Well, it wasn't on his story. Instagram has this little feature where you can see like what people are thinking. Like, I know y'all know that little feature. I think it says like what's on your mind. And he had something along the lines of, I'm never drinking like ever again. In hindsight, he posted that the day after his birthday, but I didn't know this, y'all. And keep in mind, I didn't even know his birthday passed. But once we got on the phone, that's when I remember. I'm like, oh, like, happy belated birthday, because we had went into a new month. So then he gets mad all over again. He's just like, oh, damn. I just realized you forgot to tell me happy birthday. You didn't even tell me happy birthday. And I'm just like, well, we weren't talking, so you didn't exist to me. Like, you weren't even born because we were not talking. So I'm giggling, and this man is getting hard down mad at the fact that I did not tell him happy birthday when we weren't even talking. Like, you didn't even exist to me anymore because you didn't write me back. So then he goes on and he's like, why you worried about what I did for my birthday? Like, you wasn't there. So I'm just like, what did you do? He was just like, I end up going to space and I got a section and I got drunk as hell. I got so drunk. I got so intoxicated. And I'm just like, you were going to have me planning all of these things, but you end up just getting drunk on your birthday? That's crazy, but I'm not surprised, because then I start connecting the dots and be like, oh, he did just post like 2 days ago that he's never drinking again, y'all. He got super intoxicated. He's telling me how he ended up throwing up. He couldn't even walk in the house. His homeboys had to drive him home. Like, he's just telling me all of this stuff. And I told him, like, you need help. Like, that's not safe. I understand you turning the big 30, but you about to not see 31 the way you just killed your lungs and your liver. Like, you need help. So we joking or whatever, and he's still mad about me missing his birthday and not telling him happy birthday. So I end up telling him, I'm like, come over tonight. Like, you can come over tonight and I'll make it up to you. And I know what y'all are thinking. Mind you, I kind of had an inkling that this man had fruit in his cup, because even at this point, y'all, we had kissed, but outside of that, like, that was literally all. Like, he wasn't a very affectionate person. Like, we would talk on the phone and stuff, but when we was together, I would always ask him, like, are you shy in front of me? Like, do I make you nervous? Do I make your palms sweat? Because you ain't trying to pull nothing on me. And y'all know that reverse psychology, when a man is not really physical affectionate with you, you start to be more physically affectionate with them. And I thought that he was playing the little reverse psychology thing on me, so it got to me. Or maybe I was just PMSing, y'all. I don't know what it was, but your girl was feeling spicy that night. So I ended up inviting him over my house. And when I invited him over, y'all, I cooked my thing. I cooked lamb chops, potatoes, and asparagus. Like, that's the one meal that if somebody ever said they want to have a cooking contest with me, believe it will be that, and it will be my seafood pasta. Yeah, y'all, it eats. So I invite him over. When the man gets there, comes with a cooler. Yes, y'all, he pulls up to my house with a cooler. And even then, thinking back, I'm just like, okay, I cooked the food, he bought the drinks, this is cute. Y'all, why when I opened the cooler, it's 40s. He got 40s. He got beer. I don't even drink beer. I don't drink beer. Mind you, he knows my favorite drink, like my margarita and a lemon drop. He knows what I like. There's nothing in here for me. This man has Hennessy and beer inside of the cooler. And he was like, I brought this for me. And he tries to like sit it on my counter. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna let this ruin anything. I'm gonna keep it cute, y'all. So we eat, and I put on a movie, and the movie didn't even really start. Like, the credits was still rolling on the screen. The man was already drunk before he got to my house. He threw up everywhere. I had a beige, if I can find my rug. No, I'm not gonna show y'all puke, but I took a picture of it. This man threw up on my fine rug, my very nice rug. It was light beige, y'all. And that was it. That was literally the last straw. Like, after that, I cleaned it up. Well, I threw the rug away, y'all. I had to throw the rug away. He passed out, and literally after that, like, that was the thing that broke the camel's back. And I was done with that man. I was done. That man, I was a side chick, y'all. That man was in a relationship with Henny. Henny was his favorite. That was like his drink of choice. He would do Henny and gin. That was his thing. But yeah, this is a story time on how I found out I was dating an alcoholic. And it's crazy because me and this man, like, we didn't have any beef after that. Like, I still follow him on social media. He still drinks like this. Like, sometimes his posts will come up and he'll be holding up bottles and still haven't got help, y'all. But yeah, girl, that's the end of this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Mwah. Peace.